We now have a named storm system. Tropical Depression Querubin off of the east coast of Mindanao here. And yes, in mid-December. Goes to show that typhoon season never really ends in the Western Pacific. And this storm system, I mean, if you've been watching our updates for the past week now, we've been saying the likelihood of development and the likelihood that this would get named. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but let's go over some of the impacts in our forecast. Because still, I do not anticipate, a full-on tropical typhoon type setup here. The big issue is going to be, this low-level center just off the east coast of Siargao. So shout out to our friends there in Siargao. But that flow wrapping around from the northern periphery, interacting with the northeast monsoon, and thus increasing rainfall across the east coast of southeastern Luzon over towards Visayas. So we're talking about our friends here in Leyte, Samar, and maybe even over towards Cebu. You're going to definitely see an increase in some precip, and also northeastern Mindanao. So you have that low-level center in here. It's not the most organized of areas of low pressure, but once again, it's all about that moisture kind of getting pumped around this. So if you're waiting for signal force warnings or evacuations to do with signal force warnings, unfortunately, I think you're going to be mistaken in kind of what you're preparing for here. It's mainly about the rainfall and mostly just north of that low-level circulation as this kind of drifts off there towards the north and west. So yeah, our friends here into southeastern Visayas, over towards Cebu, even into parts of the Bicol area, kind of seeing that heaviest of the precipitation. You can see that in the broader terms here with those winds kind of getting pushed all the way in from the eastern areas of China across Japan. And here's our low-level center kind of working its way over Cebu with the heaviest of the rain just north of there. So I think even parts of Mindoro could be looking at some fairly heavy precipitation with this. In fact, take a look at this graphic. Our fantastic graphic editor, Lex, put this one together. Potential heavy rainfall impacts due to this tropical depression and the shear line, kind of have that interaction with it, with that flash flooding really extending across southeastern areas of Luzon, but mostly into places like Samar over towards Leyte, and yes, extending still down here to northeastern Mindanao. But these are kind of the bigger, broader impacts we're going to be looking with this versus the low-level center and damaging winds with it. JMA, by the way, also has this as a tropical depression, and in their forecast, they still kind of keep it as a TD just offshore of Mindanao. But the key thing is that they have it lingering there for some time. And I mean, if we go back to this graphic, you can see what I'm talking about. This is all the way out. So I'm recording this Tuesday night to Wednesday. This is looking all the way out towards Saturday over towards Sunday. Finally starting to kind of make a move on. But, we got several days where this low is just kind of going to sit here through Thursday, heading into Friday before it eventually starts to get a move on as our next code surge kind of ushers it along here. All the while continuing to pull in this kind of tailing and training effect with the rainfall total. So you can see that right here. Here's that training effect I was talking about. And watch how this kind of where you see that heaviest of precipitation. Even though the low-level center is probably going to track like this, you get that interaction with the northeast monsoon towards the north, and it really adds up that precip. So everywhere in kind of the reds here is indicating 200 to 300 millimeters of total precipitation. So that does include the Bicol area. That does include eastern areas of Samar, and places like Tacloban will be looking at some scattered showers. So definitely a flood threat with this one, and I think that's the key thing, especially if you're traveling ahead of the holidays. Make sure you have a plan just in case ferries get delayed or canceled or anything like that. Once again, I don't think a full-on storm surge, and I don't say that in the trying to dissuade you from taking this seriously, but also in these updates we try our best at Western Pacific Weather to not bring hype to these forecasts. So of course, first and foremost, it's all about the heavy rainfall that's going to be taking place here with that flow stretching in from the east, and not to mention the just the rough seas that you see right here. So if you are going to be heading out in some ferries, just be aware that there could be some delays or even cancellations. Especially, I mean, if I'm talking about islands from like Cebu over towards Leyte and Samar, or maybe even towards Siargao, you could be looking at some rough conditions there. I think flights shouldn't be delayed too much, but the ferry ride's definitely going to be a rough go across parts of Visayas here over the next few days. Further towards the west on Wednesday, it's relatively dry if we're heading out towards Palawan, but the rain will come there by the weekend. Meanwhile, southeastern Luzon, still scattered showers, even into Manila, 29 degrees. As we scoot further towards the north, though, we still continue to see kind of a typical day here across Luzon, with the easterlies bringing some cloud cover and the chance of rainfall across parts of Region 2, that's into the Cagayan Valley, while off towards the west coast from Pangasinan north, it's mostly dry, with highs still into the lower 30s and lower elevations. Baguio's 23. It's always like that in Baguio this time of year. Siargao, though, 26 degrees, 28, 27, so it's relatively cooler because you have cloud cover and scattered showers in your forecast. Big shout out to all our Patreon members who support this channel. I can't stress enough how far and your support goes in the sense of just keeping these updates going. I truly mean it. So if you want to help out our channel in the most useful way, check out our Patreon. Link is down below. It's the reason why right now I look a little disheveled. It is my day off from my normal job, but I still want to make these updates, especially now we got a named system. And it's because of your guys' support that I continue to come back to it. But if you don't feel like donating, maybe you want something a little in hand, check out our merch. I've been trying to work on graphics. These are my graphic designs, except the Westpac Weather logo, which we had somebody years ago make. But I'm trying. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or you want to check one of these out. I would love to see somebody wearing the Philippine Sea Effect a shirt or something one day. Oh goodness, I love that thing. Anyways, if you have any questions, though, please let me know, of course. And as always, thanks for watching, friends. Stay dry and stay safe out there.